Going on to you, Sagittarius out here. So you have the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands. It is starting to warm up in New York City. Oh, Lord, it is warmer. The Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Cups right here speaks to how you, but I love it. You, Sagittarius, right? So, mm, uh, interesting. Huh. So there's something or someone that you Sagittarius have walked away from, and the mentality is you will not stoop back down to such and such a level. You're just walking away from it. I don't know if it's a person. I don't know if it's your bad. I don't know what it is. I don't know if let's get into it. So the Knight of Pentacles, the Eight of Wands, and the Ten of Cups speaks to boom, just that. Walking away from the particular subject. And don't worry about it. I will actually pull cards to try to see what exactly you're walking away from. It could be a person. It could be a person. But like it's more so a sense of like you, Sagittarius, are more so looking at it like you, right? The Knight of Pentacles, you have more confidence to be more of yourselves. So there's no point in actually holding on to this thing that you used to do. So it's a habit, right? It's a habit, most definitely. The Eight of Wands and the Ten of Cups, you've emotionally healed. So like I said, bah humbug, you're not attached to this habit or this routine anymore. And so you Sagittarius are looking at it like, you know, you're basically breaking the routine or the habit of what you normally do. And so that you Capricorns, so that you Sagittarius can actually create new habits, right? New routines that serve you even better, that puts you in an even better disposition. And so the Chariot and the Seven of Pentacles right here speaks to the discipline that you Sagittarius actually have. The Chariot represents the body sometimes in particular situations. The Chariot doesn't always represent like someone being difficult with you. The Chariot could also represent the body and the discipline that you've created from it. So the body, but it could also represent you being disciplined. And so this speaks to just, again, just discipline that you Sagittarius have actually created, cultivated, because you're going from one habit to another habit, one routine to another routine, deciding that it's time for you Sagittarius to walk away from this particular routine. And so because of this, the Seven of Pentacles is all about how this is a disposition for you, where the Seven of Pentacles speaks to it's time for you figure it's time for you to actually do something else, time for you to grow roots and to grow somewhere else, right? Like, you know, I got a bunch of plants. I don't necessarily keep the best care of my plants. I wish I did, but I'm gonna give my plants some water. But they're healthy. But not only that, but also the situation with that is you Sagittarius, you feel good about the fact that you have gotten out of one particular situation that isn't going to do you well, that wasn't serving you well, to get on to something else. So now you Sagittarius are a blank canvas. The Three of Swords, see, this is why I was saying that I have to clarify some of these cards, because it's not much so a sense of you Sagittarius. It's not, a lot of it is not, I got to clarify it, because a lot of it is not giving me indication of if it's a person or if it's a situation. More than likely it is a situation. It's you fixing your life up because certain things that you are aware that you didn't like anymore. And so you Sagittarius decided to actually change the circumstance of what was going on with you. Because I'm not really getting an indication that it's a person, but then again, it could be a person as well. But It just means, don't worry, we're going to hang out. I promise, we're going to hang out. All right? Can I get a wink? We going to kick it? There you go. There you go. You so smart. You so smart. I love you. Anyway, so, she gets embarrassed. But anyway, I love you, baby. I love you. But so the thing is that the strength and the so the Three of Swords, the strength, and the Magician right here is all about how you Sagittarius, you're, like I said, you're looking at it like, yeah, you are walking away from this, but it's what you've known for that amount of time. So now it's like you're walking away from this. Now it's a situation for you, Sagittarius, where it's, like I said before, you're a blank canvas. The Strength card and the Magician, getting, like I said, letting go of routines. But now it's this sense of, now that you are the blank canvas, it's like, now what? Right? That's the next thing. Now it's always like that. It's like, now that you don't do this, now what do we do? And then the thing is that the Three of Wands and the Queen of Wands speaks to how you, Sagittarius, you got to find something to do. You got to find something more constructive in that place, because just sitting around, that becomes what you do. You know what I mean? Figure something, create other habits, create new, better habits. What do you want to see from you that actually creates better habits? So it's maybe an exercise regimen. Not that I'm saying that you Sagittarius have problems with y'all weight, but that's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that maybe an exercise routine, maybe reading, something that's more constructive, sleeping more, prioritizing sleeping better, right? Something constructive, so that you don't feel like, okay, now that you're this blank canvas, you got rid of a lot of the bad habits that you used to have. Now what, right? Because you want to start doing something else. Now what? Well, you're in a position where you're in a very powerful disposition. You can be about whatever you want to be about. So let's clarify some of these cards to find out. So let's clarify the Three of Swords. Clarify the Three of Swords. We're going to hang out, I promise. All right. You have the Seven of Wands, the Page of Swords, the Five of Wands, the Eight of Cups, and then you have the Eight of Swords to clarify the Three of Swords, which is like separation and heartbrokenness. So again, the Seven of Wands, the Page of Swords. Okay, so it's not just one thing. Yes, it is some people, could be family, right? People whom you are genetically related to. It could be, letting go of friends. It could even be, just maybe some of you Sagittarius were with dysfunctional people romantically that you just stopped calling and that you're not together with. And then you have the Five of Wands, Eight of Cups, and then the Eight of Swords. The Five of Wands right here represents, it took you a little while for you Sagittarius, because you were trying to figure out how you were going to break free. Certain instances where, sometimes you get friends or associates where when you want to leave, they won't let you. It's going to be difficult for you to leave. Trust me. I've had that a couple of times. I've had people stalking me before. I've had people, stalk and not take no for an answer, not take no for for an answer. And so, because they ain't really want to take no for an answer, they pop up wherever I am. They show up wherever I am. They come knocking at my door, for real, for real. And the Eight of Wands, the Eight of Cups, the Five of Wands, The Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords right here speaks to how, well, now you Sagittarius don't have to worry about any of that trash, because now you Sagittarius are as free as a bird. You can do whatever you want. You don't have to deal with a stupid individual getting on your nerves, saying things that's going to get you on your nerves and none of that. You Sagittarius, it's all you. What do you Sagittarius want to do now? It's you. You know, my suggestion to you is, you know, get yourselves better fixed up health-wise. That's my suggestion. You know, get some quality sleep. A lot of times everybody want to be on this hustle culture. Let me tell you, yo, there's so much wild stuff going on, this hustle culture, right? The whole point of this stuff is to make sure that you don't have to work so hard. But you have to have a plan. You have to know what to do. Let me explain something to you, Sagittarius, right, when it comes to that hustle culture stuff. The difference between a lot of these millionaires do the same thing that I'm about to tell you. Take your finances and invest. That's what the millionaires do to make themselves millionaires. They invest. That's what they do. They don't do anything different. The only thing that they do different is as far as when they're getting rich, is basically find opportunities to invest when, you know, just different opportunities to invest, but they're still investing nonetheless. That's how they get rich. There's never been a single rich person that has not invested in something. It's because it's the laid out formula that works. It works. And so, you know, my suggestion, so what I'm trying to say about the whole hustle culture is, hustle culture tries to make it seem like there's so much, like you gotta change the game. And it's like, but you don't though. You don't legitimately have to change the game. There's no need to. You invest, you put your money into something that grows your money. That's the secret formula to getting rich. And you do it over and over and over again. Where it's at is placing, like I said before, going from the whole hustle culture thing and feeling like you got to constantly be doing something, to now getting that balance where, yeah, you're doing something, but you're also getting rest to make sure that you're not burned out. You're not, or any of that. You know, so again, you know, you Sagittarius can do whatever it is that you want to do, but it's up to you. So, and then, let's clarify the strength card. We gonna hang out less than 2 minutes. Hold on. So you have the Judgment, the Magician, Four of Pentacles, Six of Pentacles. And then you see how my dog watching? My dog's is waiting. And then the King of Pentacles, right? To clarify the strength. Look how my dog watching. Look how my dog watching that. Look how she watching at me to finish. Look at that. Anyway, the adventures of Kareem and Amy, right? But anyway, so you have the Judgment, the Magician, and then you have the Four of Pentacles, right? So to clarify the strength card. So the strength card is about like you trying to figure it out what it is that you want to do. And the Judgment, the Magician, and the Four of Pentacles represents just like I said before, concentrate on actually making things much more simplistic for you. That's my honest suggestion. Because what hustle culture is going to do is going to make it more complicated. As opposed to what you really want to do is you want to simplify your life, less things, so that you have more time to do whatever you want to do. And so the Six of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles, right, represents how you Sagittarius, you know, and this also represents it with people, but it also represents with what you pick. Invest, like I said before, invest. You know, the problem with it is people don't feel like they have a lot of time because they don't invest. They don't put their money into anything. to where it's passive. They don't have to do a whole lot, but just keep putting your money in. And the more money you put into an investment at one time as a lump sum, is the easier it becomes, for you. If you put $10,000 in, if you put $100,000 in, you ain't got to worry about that. The bigger the money that you put into it, or the bigger the cash flow that you put into it, is the less you have to worry about future endeavors a lot of the times. Often, not all the time. Now, again, I'm not a financial advisor. If you don't want to invest, that's you, right? I'm not going to get sued for this. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Come to find out, it's not even a person per se. It's more so a situation where you Sagittarius just have a lot more time on your hands to figure out what you want to do. You're not with dysfunctional people anymore. So, like I said, you have a lot more time. Do what you want to do. So that's it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Trying to get the YouTube channel to 100K. We had 20,850 something. Smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Set that notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my video.